Hello and welcome to my review of Distant Worlds 2. Quick disclaimer, because they are patching it on a regular basis and that sort of thing, this review is recorded end of July of 2022. So there is a chance some of the issues I discuss may be done. In addition, we are going for the old Rambling Me review. So I'm going to try to keep it quick, but this is a 4X strategy game. So can be a lot to cover here, but I'm going to try to hit the basics. And I am going to compare it to Stellaris to a point. First of all, Distant Worlds 2, like I said, is a 4X strategy game. It has some unique ideas, one unique concept that I can think of, and it does some things really well, other things not so much. So, the first question we always ask... oh, I apologize. The first question we always ask, is it worth the $50? At the time of recording this review, no. Unless, if you are a hardcore 4X gamer, you might find it worth the $50. Again, I have put 200 plus hours into this game despite its faults. If you are interested yourself in supporting the game, maybe. But otherwise, I would say wait until there's some DLC. Wait at least a year till they've got some major patches in. Then it might be worth full price. Until then, I would say $40 at most. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to start a new game here. So, there is a lot here. There's galaxy shapes, the amount of stars, nebula density, how big you want the galaxy.
Oh.
I believe 6x6 is the default, 700, and the shape. So there is a lot of, and you can do random seeds. I wish you could just hit a randomized button. That would be appreciated. Not having to scroll through one number at a time, right? Lots of settings here. However, tech trading breaks the game currently. Research visibility, I'll leave that up to you. I prefer only next project visible. I'm going to set it to this, so I can show off other things to do with this random research path. Because this is false. It says there are random research paths, there are not. Again, more options, different races, each one has strengths and weaknesses. They don't necessarily play differently, but their strengths and weaknesses do affect the game to a minor degree. Different types of government, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Again, I'm not sure it affects how well the game plays or how you play the game, but Republic, colony corruption reduction is so strong that it kind of breaks the game. So, starting situation, stuff there. Here's the issue. Auto-generating empires. Right? Hold on. Starting conditions. Yes, there's specific story events, colony events, different ways of winning victory. It all boils down to whoever can conquer the most territory. Despite what it says here. The only way to win is to conquer as much territory as possible. I would like starting location sets here. I would like one more row starting positions, because this is truly auto. To the point where I will usually create 4 or 5 games, and that 6th game is the one I'll actually play every time I play a game of this. Because it is truly randomized. To the point where I have had starting conditions where it's like, oh, I got 2 hours into the game, but I've realized this game is unplayable and or unwinnable for anyone, me or the AI, because of the way it randomizes start positions. So there needs to be a way to set either truly randomized, clustered like in Stellaris, Excuse me. Oh, what I would prefer is equidistant starting positions for the empires. So I'm just going to click let's get started. It zooms in. It's cute. Oh, we're the Teekins. I forgot that. Neat. There are different times. Hold on. There we go. Still zooming. And here we go. Oop. It does chug a little. It is very stable. I'm just going to click dismiss. And you can zoom in very close to the point of, hey, I can see ships being built and that sort of thing. Down all the way out to seeing the entire galaxy, obviously. I don't know why it's chugging. There might have been a patch that affects stability, but up until recording this review, stability was excellent. In the 200 hours, the only time I've crashed is playing on the larger settings, to be expected. Even Stellaris can chug on the larger settings, so no surprise there. The interesting things about this game, the interesting concepts, is the economy is divided into two levels. The state economy, which you control, and the private economy, which you have no control over. You can only give potential, hey, you know, I suggest you go here, sort of thing. So that's an interesting concept, and it actually works well for the most part. The other thing is, you can automate almost everything. I can automate colonization, keep it manual. Colony population policy, auto, manual. That sort of thing. Almost everything in this game can be automated. And it's done well. To the point where early to even mid-game, if you were to set this game on auto and walk away, it could potentially almost play itself. But once you get to early mid to late game, you really should taking manual control of things. But this is a great way for people to learn. I want to learn colonization. So set it to manual and start experimenting, leave everything else auto. That sort of thing. Pick and choose what you want to learn. That is a great thing. The different economies. This is an interesting concept. The tech tree is large and expansive. Oh, control mouse wheel. There we go. Right? It is a large tech tree, and when and where you pick what and what you focus in can have effects. Not knocking it there. What I am knocking, remember that randomization? It's not randomization. What randomization means is, again, at the time of recording this, you see this line right here. It dead ends here. What randomization just does is go, alright, this is a dead end. Is advanced proton ionization going to be possible for you? Yes, no. If this isn't, is this going to be possible for you? Yes, no. Maybe it is. But that's all randomization does, is turn off and on dead ends, and parts of dead ends, and that sort of thing. So it's not a randomized tech tree. There's no point to it. Like I said, there are some great concepts. There's enough here. You could easily get $40 worth out of this game, but there's also enough bugs between the weird randomization tech tree, behind the truly pure random start conditions you can have, which you can mitigate. They do give you a game editor to a point, and it's very clear they're still balancing things and that sort of thing. I'm not sure it's worth full price. Other things include, you can have different types of ships. I just want to show off in the template real quick. Frigates, destroyer cruisers, and battleships. But you can't have two different types of frigates in the same fleet. All you can have is frigates in general. Unlike, again, say in Stellaris, where I can sit there and go, no, I want, in this fleet, I want 5 of these frigates that are built specifically to counter fighters and be point defense. These are built to bombard things. You know what I mean? In addition, some things I calculated yearly for budget. Some things are monthly. Some things are daily. It's very confusing. As far as troop transports go, it's also a bit confusing. Waging war is fine, but how to figure out how much of each troop to shove when shoving armies around gets weird, because in one screen it's calculated, alright, this one unit is 5,000. On another screen it's calculated by percentage, and on a third screen it just says 1. So in a ship that can hold potentially 10,000 troops, you have to do 5 layers of math to figure out how many troops to fit onto the ship that then goes to different. It's very convoluted and needs to be simplified. And I think that might be part of the problem. Some things are done well and done simply, and that you can get easy access to a lot of things. Other things, it's just like, why? Why is this so convoluted? The one other good point I want to show off real quick is the escort is just fine. The ship building process in this game is a joy, and for me that is the meat of the game, is designing and building ships. You have fire arcs to worry about, weapon slot sizes, so on and so forth. Techs unlock different defenses and offenses and that sort of thing, but it can be a bit weird in situations where I have 3 engines, but in some of the latest ships it will show 5 slots, 5 engine spots, but the ship can only have 3. Then why show me those engine spots? Give it more weapons or defenses or something along those lines. It's, again, it feels like this game just needed a little more time to stew. But otherwise, like I said, there is a lot here. It plays well, it's fairly stable, the graphics, I think, are well done, the music is great, the concept of the different economies I like, the ship design is absolutely a joy to behold, and it just has a really nice learning curve. But for every positive, there's a negative where it's just like, why? Why is this not fixed? Why is this not working? Why can I sometimes have starts where my empire starts here and every single star around me has an AI empire? Or why does my empire start here and every AI empire is crammed into this section right here? That sort of thing. Like, truly random starts. Go with semi-random. Why is random tech not random tech? It's pointless. Why do, when colonization, species have preferences for different planets? You know, desert, ice, continental. Why do desert species move to ice planets, tanking the economy on that planet to the point where it can cause a death spiral? Lots of things along those lines. Which is why I say, unless you are a diehard or truly interested, this game really piques your interest, go ahead, check out my playthrough. You're like, oh, I really want to support this game. Just wait until it goes on sale. It's only worth about $40. It's very clear it needed some time to stew. Is it an enjoyable game? Yes. Is it a good game? Yes. It is, the example I gave on stream was, it feels like if you hopped in on Stellaris day one, that's where this game is. Compared to Stellaris now, I would recommend Stellaris. Not just because I love the game, but because it is learnable, the rules generally stay the same, and it just plays out in logical manners. Logical steps and things make sense and that sort of thing. Whereas in this game, like I said, it's early Stellaris. It not quite done, maybe the end of a beta is what it feels like. And that it's very clear it needs some more time to stew. So, do you want to play the game? That, as always, I leave up to you, but definitely only worth about $40. So if you can get it for $40, by all means. But I would shy away, again, unless you really love these types of games, or this game truly does interest you. Let it stew. Maybe a year from now, it might be worth the full $50 price. But at the time of recording this, the end of July 2022, it is not worth the full price. This is our review. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a longer one. There was a lot to cover, and this game deserves that coverage. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, this broadcast, well, you know, this video is brought to you by viewers like you, so thank you very much for your support, whatever form that support comes in. Feel free to check out my playthrough, and let's look at, or just anyone playing this game. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Even better, check out other playthroughs and videos I've done. Bestest, come on over and check me out when I stream live every Sunday through Friday. And until we see each other again, remember to be kind to one another. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.